Hey guys, Alexander here. So it's been 2 months since my last video. 8 months on T now. I haven't made any videos because I never know what to talk about. Oh, trigger warning, I guess, if you're triggered by bandages. Um, I've not been doing so well. I really hope the TV can't be heard. Okay. Watched a little audio thing. Not being picked up, so I guess I'm good. I haven't been doing so well recently. I want to say it was this past Sunday only, um, or Monday actually, that I found out my birth mother uh, commit suicide. Um, she left me some, I want to say disturbing, but also concerning. I'm not comfortable. Uh, Voicemails. Uh, Sunday morning at like 5 a.m. She left me two, right after each other, basically saying the same thing. That she loves me. She wants me to know that she and my birth father love me very much. Um, and she'll be watching from heaven. Now I have my phone set to privacy mode, so unless you're on my speed dials, you can't call me between like 11 at night and 7 in the morning, 7 or 8. And she was on there for a good while until she would like drunkenly call me again and again at like between 3 and 5. And even though I'm an insomniac, uh, I don't generally want to be on the phone at that time. Um, Also, it was odd. The time she would call would be like the nights that I was actually sleeping, right before I'd fall asleep. Um, but yeah, so I finally ended up taking her off my speed dial list because I couldn't handle the phone going off at bizarre hours, and I felt bad. Um, to ignore it, like hitting like the volume button down so it would stop, like it would still ring, but I wouldn't be hearing the ring, um, or just sending straight to voicemail. Like I would feel bad. Um, and with my whole moving situation, um, I didn't get to talk to her on her birthday, which was back in March. Um, I called her. I had left her a message, and I called her, I think, the next day to try to get up with her because I figured she was out with friends anyways. And then we used to talk for a long while, like since we got reconnected. We would talk every Sunday, and with my moving situation, which started back in April, um, yeah, I moved, oh shit, I want to say it was supposed to be May 1st or April 1st. May 1st, I think. Um, so I would talk to her every week in April, I guess. My memory is fucked. I'm trying to recall. Um, but I talked to her more often even as I was moving out. Then when um, the situation with my apartment was so fucked, like uh, they were supposed to have washer and dryer installed into the apartment I was going into, but they had to put the hookups and everything in. Um, and that didn't get. I was supposed to move in May 1st. I didn't get to move in really until the 27th of May. I want to say it was the last. It was pretty much the last week of May. So I didn't have to pay rent for that month. They gave me credit for June. Um, July, they were really nice and let me stay in one of the models, um, and put all my stuff in my apartment. I just couldn't live there because there was construction going on, like intense construction. Um, and so I was a mess during that because I have this, it's very triggering for me to not have my own place, to feel like I don't have a home and not just like a room in a place, like my own home. And right now I'm in this weird situation where I'm half living at home. This is my mom's house, by the way. And yesterday it was decided, I want to say it was yesterday, or no, 2 days ago, it was decided, instead of moving half my stuff home and whatever can't fit in the house into storage, because my mom's house is for sale. She's moving her house, she's building a house, and it should be ready by the end of August. And I'm in this situation. I could either move home or what we ended up deciding was semi-staying in my apartment and until this other place. They're letting me move into and just like transfer my lease to another community owned by the same company because my neighbor smokes and it leaks into my apartment to the point, and it's so much, it makes me sick. I've an air purifier, uh, special vent thingies. I've coughed up like every fucking hole I could find. I'm still getting sick. It's not like I really do have asthma, but it's also it's not good to be around that intense smoke all the fucking time. Um, and Candide also has respiratory issues. Jasmine's been, let's see if I can turn my camera enough. This baddie's been staying with my mom because she was having issues. I can't remember what. She just turned around like, what? I'll play with you in a second. Oh, she's in Princess's spot. Princess has like a side of the couch. Princess is my dog. Princess, come here. Or my mom's dog more so. And Jasmine's in her spot. But anyway, so, well, Princess, oh, there's a deer right fucking there. Holy shit. Like, what is you barking? Anyways, I think that's my mom, so let me make this fast. So while I was in the model, and then when I finally moved into my apartment, and this whole time, like, it's been so triggering. I've been a mess. I haven't had a chance to really call her much. My birth mother, Leanne, and I always felt so bad because I'd be missing calls or wake up in the morning and have like 2 or 3 voicemails, and it was always just, hey, I knew she just wanted to know how I was, and wanted to keep in touch. But then I got those voicemails saying, I'll be watching you from heaven. When my mom was coming up to my apartment that afternoon, and we called the number back. She was on disability, so she had a government cell phone. So she would call from her roommate's phone, because her roommate had unlimited minutes, and it said it was from her roommate's phone. It wasn't, and so we called Cynthia, her roommate, and asked, hey, is Leanne okay? My mom was on the phone with her for a bit, and Cynthia had taken her to the hospital the night before because I guess she had tried by cutting herself, and but Leanne convinced the ER staff that she was fine. She was released, and that night she overdosed. And it's weird. I feel when I first heard, I was bawling, and I called Mark and I called Jen, and I called my therapist. I had an appointment with her that afternoon, but I needed to confirm the time, and I was like choking up on the voicemail. Luckily, my friend Chris was staying over, or had stayed over, because my mom's been worried about me, because I was having just a rough time in general before hearing this even, and didn't like me being alone too much. So one night Chris said he could not only hang out, but he would stay the night, and I woke him up right before I left for therapy. Asked, hey, it was like, hey, I have to run for an hour. That okay? You're still sleeping, anyways. And I talked to him briefly, and at that time, I was really upset, and I still am. But when someone passes, and the initial reaction is just like shock or anger or upset or something. There's an initial emotional reaction, and then you feel this isn't real for a while, and it takes a while to get over that, and that's kind of how I'm feeling. I don't know how I'm consciously feeling, but I know I'm feeling something because it's coming out in action. Um, my voice is cracking right now. And like, I missed my appointment to get, 2 weeks before I see my endocrinologist, I get blood work done. I missed that. I think, a therapy session, all the stuff. I haven't rescheduled my blood work, and it's next week. I'm just going to show up, and if they say, you have to get blood work and then reschedule, it's going to be fine, I guess. But if I get to speak to my endocrinologist, I'm going to explain to her and apologize and all that. And but it's coming out in things like missing appointments. I haven't self-harmed in over a year till now, but that was, I think, the night before finding out about Leanne. But even now, I'm still struggling not to binge and purge. I'm still purging all of this stuff. Yeah, and I don't know. I just felt like making a video. This is gonna be long, and I hope all of it uploads and it doesn't fuck up on me. I wonder if I have them. So Leanne, I'm gonna let this go for like 15 minutes. But Leanne was Wiccan, so Cynthia said they're going to do a fire ceremony or something like that for her. And I don't know much about it, but I thought I'd looked into it at a young age, and recently, especially when finding out that's what Leanne is, or was, I guess. And there's something I'm looking for in my bag that I can't find. I went, Chris's girlfriend, Betty, is really, they're both awesome. I'm really glad to call both these people friends. And Betty and I guess we talked about crystal healing or something once, and I asked her, and this was like way before any of this happened, and I asked her if she knew anywhere, I hope nothing fell out, crap, where I could get like healing stones or any information. There's a store downtown, I want to call it downtown Raleigh, and I went there and I looked at a couple of books. I was so overwhelmed. I was like, man, there's so much to these things. I got some healing stones. I don't know exactly what they all are. I can't remember. And I think they're all there. The bag was untied, so I don't know. Crap. Now I'm dropping things. Shit. I dropped something. I know I did. I'll find it. There it is. I got healing stones. One of them is an amethyst just for Leanne. I'm really upset I'm not wearing my necklace right now, which bothers the hell out of me when I forget it or can't find it. But it's sitting on a counter because the crystal, so I always wear this necklace with an ankh, um, and and in recent, I guess the last year, I've worn Leanne this little crystal on it too, which Leanne sent to me when I was 16, and she had worn it every day since she found out she had been pregnant with me, and that broke a couple hours ago. I use super glue, like intense, fast rise. Don't touch this or you'll get a chemical burn. Sticky super glue, and I hope there's gonna be a crack in it, but I hope it gets back together. I'm at my mom's making candles. Oh, I also got hanging tarot cards. I thought they were cool looking. And I think now my mom's home. But yeah, my mom's watching out for me. I'm doing crafts to keep myself busy. Tea is going well. My voice is deep. I called my grandma Pat, who was apparently taking Leanne's death pretty hard, and left her a message, and I haven't spoken to her but once. I was like, oh, crap. Even like when Leanne and I were talking on a weekly basis and my voice started to change, she was like, Alex, my God, you sound so different. So I was like, shit. So I said, this is Alex. And also I told her that I was, the name that I was originally, that Leanne wanted to call me. And I was like, I'm Leanne and David's kid. Like all these signs. She has no idea. And I just left a message. I hope to hear back from her. That'd be really nice. Yeah, if there's anything that anybody wants me to make videos on, any questions about transitioning, about anything that is relevant to anything I've ever talked about, I guess. So I, have knowledge of making videos on it. I don't know. I'm rambling. Feel free to message me on here, or I have my Tumblr links. I think I usually post here. Anyways, this is really long, and I'm gonna go. I'll try to make more videos later. Oh, on a random note, someone messaged me a long while ago saying that I seem completely different when I vlog and when I blog, and recommended a private video diary. And I responded with basically the short version of what I'm going to say now. My ADHD, there's a disconnect between my thoughts and getting them out. Like, I can completely forget what the fuck I'm trying to say, or what I have said. Like, I'm pretty sure I've said in vlogging a handful of times. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I think I said this already. I don't know. Because my memory is also fucked. Talking doesn't make a difference for me. Sometimes it does. That's why I make videos every now and then. But in writing, I can see my thought process. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not completely different at all. I won't make a video if I'm in a really bad state and I feel like I look like shit and my ED voice is just blah, which is pretty much always, but there are times that it's much worse, and of course I'm not going to make a video then, but thank you for the recommendation, but it's not like, oh, here's my blog where I'm all depressing and everything, and here's my YouTube channel where I'm all happy and everything. No, I'm constantly suicidal. I'm someone who struggles with a lot of mental illnesses, a lot of physical shit. I found out recently the reason for my insomnia. If you follow my Tumblr, I have restless leg syndrome, movement disorder, and it prevents me from reaching REM sleep, and it's what causes the pain is what causes me to stay up, and the anxiety and all that shit. So that's being worked on. Like I'm not a different person. I just tend to, now I've been making more vlogs in the past, and hopefully in the future. In the past I've made videos of, like, my best friend Jen and I reacting to movies and going on trips and whatever. We hope to do more of those. We've been talking about it. So if there's any movies you want us to recommend, react to, let me know. And this has been really long. I'm going to end this. If you've watched all of this, you're amazing. Thank you. And as always, thank you for the support on Tumblr and here. I don't always respond to messages or comments. Any comments or small messages at all, or like anything in a timely manner at all, because it's overwhelming to me, but I do read everything. Thank you. I'm gonna, okay, officially stop. I will do another later. Bye.